Wanda is considered one of the most passionate and positive people you'll ever meet, both personally and professionally. Her inspirational mentoring, sales, and customer service training has dubbed her to be Wanda D. Hollis, the Motivational Queen. She launched Wanda D TV, a revolutionary online real estate talk show where local businesses and community leaders discuss their services, issues, and concerns. Wanda is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and dreams. She has gone on to pursue many passions, including her I Am Enough talk show, having a seat on the West Georgia Board of Realtors, author of inspirational and motivational books, and also a strong supporter of several nonprofit organizations within her community. Wanda believes that there's no such thing as bad decisions, only regrets of not making the right attempt. For speaking engagements or to book her for your next event or conference, please visit www.iamenough365.com. I am grateful. I am blessed. I am loving. I am a woman of perseverance. I'm inspiring. I'm a motivator. I'm fierce. I'm unique. I'm a winner. I'm extraordinary. I'm humble. I'm hardworking. I'm trustworthy. I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. I'm courageous. I'm outspoken. I am love. And I am enough.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Can I get a whoop, whoop? Whoop, whoop. Can I get a whoop? Okay, y'all wasn't ready for that. Well, get ready. I want you to do me a favor. If you are watching from Facebook, any of our Facebook channels, please invite people in, send them a message, tell them that it is going down. I have 3 amazing women. The women that are winning every day, they're winning now, they're winning in business, they're winning in life, they're winning in triumphs, they're winning in upsets, they're winning in setbacks, okay? We're talking about women winning. This is that history month that we've been waiting for. We're going to share with you some amazing stories. We're going to talk about the things that are inspiring us the most. And most importantly, out of these stories, I want you to take action. I want you to take action in whatever God is calling you to do, whatever that is that's burning in your soul. That's why I played that that clip right there from one of our. We did a affirmation celebration some years back, and I've hung on to a few of them to just show us how we have to continue to speak the things that we want to manifest in our life, that we have to continue to believe in ourselves. I am Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, your accountability coach, helping you get her done. And today we are getting done this amazing show. I have my bell right here. I got my water over there. I'm ready. If you're ready, say you're ready too. If you're watching us from Twitch TV, thank you so much. Come on in the room. If you're over there in the land of YouTube, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Yes, and follow us so you will keep getting our updates. We just love it over here on the I Am Enough talk show. In case you didn't know, we were voted the #1 talk show in the ATL from the ATL Hottest Committee. We love you for that, and we'll keep doing our best to position ourselves to be the ATL's hottest talk show for history, okay, and around the world. Because you know what I loved about COVID is it broke boundaries. It moved the borders back. It allowed people to touch people in other countries that we weren't even paying attention to. COVID changed our life, some for the better and some for the worse. But I'm looking at it for the better because we have to be great people together. And this is only how we do this, is to do it together. Would you agree? If you agree, say I agree. Okay, so you already know that I want to give everybody a shout out for checking us out. Right now, we got Miss Lisa Bailey in the room here. And if you are on Facebook, you have to give Facebook permission to use your name. Okay, so I see some people on here, but I don't know who you are, so I don't know how to call you out. But we'll be moving rapid fire movement here, and we may not get to that. But if you have any questions, then please leave it in the comment section so we can get those questions answered for you. Okay. So without further ado, I want to bring up my very, very first guest. Now, some of you may know her and may not know her, but she is a part of our rich heritage of the I Am Enough talk show, because she was one of our women in biz when we were doing our women in biz series. And I'm talking about my namesake, y'all. My namesake, Miss Wanda Pearson, is in the building. And let me see, let me go. Y'all get Wanda. Hurry up, get her. Tell her we on right now so she can come on in here. So she can there you go. There you go, Queen.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
also, it's been a minute since we chatted.
I know. I am so excited, Wanda. I tell you. And we got along right away. That's your
Mhm.
I good woman in biz because our names are Wanda. And Wanda's a very well they used to call us the Wanderer. Well, we have wandered into where we are now. So I am so excited to be on your show. Thank you,
I
thank you,
love
thank
that.
you.
I love that. We have wandered into what we are now. I love it. I love it, love it, love
That
it.
just came to my head, Wanda. I was just saying, oh, that's
That you
good.
got to be quick on your feet. You got to be quick on your feet. So, you know what? I want to tell people just a little bit about you,
Okay.
and just, what you offer, what you're about, what you bring to the table, in case they don't know that Miss Wanda Pearson is a trailblazer and a Renaissance woman with over 36 years of experience in marketing and sales with IBM, along with her extensive background in social work and women's counseling. Wanda's passion has been that fuels you is that helping people and also serving. So we love that about you, because your entrepreneurship has really led you into this space of providing us with legal protection through your company, as a marketing director with Legal Shield. And you're also an author, Miss Wanda. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, you know what? I want to move myself out of the way just so you can tell people a little bit more about yourself. And then I'm going to come back in and we're going to ask a few questions. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm excited. Hey there, hey everybody, and thank you all for getting on. I know I've pushed out there a lot of people. Come on into the room. So, a lot of people have been knowing about me, but I started off with Wanda when I started off with IBM. IBM, I didn't know anything about marketing, networking, so I joined BNI. When I joined BNI, I joined other groups, networking groups, and I became known as the networking queen. Everything that I said I was never going to do, I did. So never say never, because God has a plan for you. So I think I was on Wanda's show, Woman in Bed. Was my first time actually being on live television, and I was so excited about doing that. But it's been my passion always because I'm that natural born social worker. That's what I started off with, to help people to get into the community. So I got out in the community and started. Well, actually, we've been with Legal Shield for 24 years. It'll be 25 years this year. Well, when COVID happened, I said, you know what? I want to do something else. I want to do something that's worth collaborating with other entrepreneurs, other women, to bring our services together. So I started doing webinars. And when I started doing webinars, 2020 was a year. I know it was a hard time for a lot of people, but I got into this office, created my space, and created the WD Pearson Associates. My daughter actually created it for me. And when I created WD Pearson Associates, I wanted something to do to actually, how can us entrepreneurs work together to help each other, to be educational. And I'm all about education because, like I said, I was a social worker. I'm a mentor. But I wanted to do something to actually, how do we do this? So I started WD Pearson Associates to actually help people get their business set up the right way. I helped a lot of women get their LLCs, the women and men, get their LLCs with our services in Legal Shield, as well as one of my clients was C. Nicole. You probably know C. Nicole. She said, Wanda, God told me to call you. I said, okay, what did he say? She wanted me to be part of her book. So 10 of us women actually got together and we created Audacity to Shine. So that was the first time I've been author. And I told Wanda, I said, I'm an author now. I'm an author now. You know how like I got married now? Well, I'm an author now. So I wrote my story in Audacity to Shine. Then I got another call from another young lady from California, R.V. Robinson. She's a well-known speaker in California. She said, "Why not? I want you to be part of my collaboration." I said, no more collaboration with us. I want to write my own book. So I actually became an author, which is a bestseller on Impact of One Voice. So I became a two-time author in the last 2 years. Then I said, okay, what do I do next? Well, that's when I created my 5M method, which is actually my 5M method helping entrepreneurs say, what do you want to do in life? Because a lot of times people don't want to go back to corporate. They want to do something else. So I'm helping them to get set up the right way. So that set up the right way means getting their legal entity together, but also being their coach, their coaching to get them to that point to be successful. So financially successful. And I have a lot of partners that I work with that. So I said, okay, what do I do next? I'm asking God all this, right? Next thing I do, I'm creating my own story. This is a mock right here. God's Grace Through the Fire from Triumph to Struggle. My daughter actually created this book cover for me. So I am doing that now. I'm working on that, and I'm hoping to be done in the next month or so. And this has been my story, but now I say, okay, God, what do you want me to do next? Now I'm doing all this as I'm supposed to be retired. As my daughter said, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to my family. I have 2 married daughters. I have 6 grandchildren, and me and my husband will be married 42 years in August. Can you believe that? All God, right? So another one of my networking ladies, Adeline Dryden, she said, Wanda, I want you to do podcasts. So that is where I am now, Wanda. I am actually in the midst of getting ready to do podcasts with other guests, just like you're doing here. And I definitely want you to be on my show, Wanda. So that's who I am, Wanda.
well, ring the bell. Everybody give her a hand clap. I just love it. It's so refreshing to see someone that was so uncomfortable in front of the mic get totally comfortable. And that's what life is about. It's about pivoting, growing, doing all of these beautiful things that we have to do to just make it in life. Wanda, you touched on a lot of stuff, and I want to ask you this one question of, we're in business. As a businesswoman, what would you say has been your biggest struggle in business, and how did you handle that?
Well, just like you pivoting, right? I knew I did not want to sit around doing nothing. So getting out into networking, I became known as a networking queen. That means I started to get to know more people, getting into the business association. So I had to step out of my way and let God lead me into where I'm going now. So I would say you need to really step out in faith to get out there, because nobody's going to know what you're doing if you don't say anything, and you keep it to yourself. So sharing your knowledge with other people. You just never know who needs your services, who needs something that you have to hear. So that is something that I would tell all women. And that book, when Cena Cole told me the title of our book, Audacity to Shine, that has been keeping with me every day. Because you know what? You all have the audacity to shine. You got something that you can you can help someone with.
That's beautiful. I like it. I like it how you made those conscious choices to do something different. Coming out of a corporate world, I find that the more when I talk to people, it's very hard for them to make that transition into becoming their own bosses, going into their own business. But you and your husband, you all created this business 20 years ago. So did that make it a little bit easier for you to just go into it full time after you did retire?
Absolutely. Because I didn't know how to sell. I was more of the administrator, the helper, the educator. It was very hard, but I did start with BNI, Business Network International. They taught me how to network. So it was very hard for me to really get out there. And I actually been doing helping a lot of women now that's coming to me and said, Wanda, what networking groups can I go to? And that's another coaching thing that I'm going to get into too. Helping women to network, because a lot of times, and I bring them along because I don't like people to be by themselves. I want to bring them along and say, this is where you can get started. Start with the networking, okay? Because a lot of people like that makes you feel uncomfortable, but that's one way of actually getting into it, jumping into it, and meeting other women, other entrepreneurs, to see what they can help you with, what you can help them with.
Exactly. Can you share with our audience a networking tip when you're out networking?
Yeah, yeah, just relationships. You got to build those relationships. Getting that once you meet these women or men in that environment, have one-on-ones with them. Tell them because 1 minute, 3 minutes, you don't get enough time to really say what you do, right? You want to express, you want to. In my passion, you can see my passion is always helping people, but just let them know what to do. So this is one way. It's actually having a one-on-one with them, even if it's a Zoom call, a phone call, or person to person. Having coffee and tea with them, whatever, to get to know that person, and they get to know you. So that is one of the definitely tips that I say. Get out networking because otherwise nobody else. Because you know what, Wanda, that way if your business comes across with her or somebody else that you talk to, they may say, "Oh, I know someone that can help you with that," and that's usually what I do a lot. I know
Mhm.
someone that can help you with that.
And you know what? I just read a great book. Who, who not what, or I might have the titles confused because
Mhm.
my dyslexia be kicking in sometimes. But it is
Yeah.
about relationships, and it is about who, like who do you know, like who, constantly
Mhm.
asking, who do you know when you are about to step into something new that you have
Mhm.
that you're unfamiliar with. It should always be, well, who has did this before? Who can
Mhm.
I call on, to get that information? And being that you are the queen of networking, you are. So check this out. Make sure that you check her website out. And from that
Mhm.
website, you can get all her social media. Connect with Miss Wanda because she definitely does some networking. Okay. And that's how we met. It was at a
Right.
networking event. And
Yes.
then too, you share with us building relationships is
Mhm.
most importantly when
Mhm.
you are growing your business, finding out not just what you can do for them, but what can they do for you, you know, and make
Absolutely.
it be a reciprocal relationship because these are the ones that last us a long time.
Mhm.
Reciprocal relationships where everybody feels like they're winning, because we don't want to be taking advantage of anyone. We want everybody to be really, really feeling like they are
Yep.
winning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so Queen, what do you see that has been the biggest hindrance in your business in terms of growing it?
Well, basically, just getting people to realize what I do. You know, um, because when I first started off, one the people, I got out with my legal shield because that was my passion, and I actually went through a depression when my father died. Right after I retired, I went to Chicago, which is where I'm from, to visit him. Before I got home, he died. So I actually got depressed, right? And my husband said, "Wanda, you got a business which is legal shield." The biggest thing that I actually had was people not seeing. When I said, "Do you need a will? Do you need that?" I had a lot of people saying, "I don't need a will. They'd rather get something materialist. They don't need that estate plan because I don't have anything." So the biggest thing, the hindrance that I have when I tell people about what I do, they don't want to face it that you need this stuff because COVID
Mhm.
happened, right? You need the healthcare fund. That was my biggest hindrance. But then people start understanding when COVID happened. Oh yeah, I do need to get a will. I do need to get a estate planning because you got all of that. That is your legacy. So really making people realize the legacy that you're leaving behind because that's legacy to your family, to you or what you're building. It really makes a big difference. And one, I want to apologize. I hate that I'm on my phone, but my computer decided to not work. And I
That's
have been a
okay.
computer on Tuesday. I'm about done with this computer.
That, that's quite all right. That's quite all right, Queen. I'm gonna move you out of the way for a minute, and I'm bring up my
Okay.
next guest. Hang around. We're gonna do a little Q&A at the very end. But I want everybody to make sure that you follow and connect with with our queen here, Miss Wanda Pearson. And one thing that you said before I let you go is we like to spend money on the fun stuff. We like to have a great time. But guess
Mhm.
what, y'all? Death is inevitable. I'm sorry, y'all heard
Mhm.
it from the messenger. We all
Yeah.
gonna get our turn at it. We should always be mindful
Yes.
of preparing our families for what's going to happen, because it's going to happen. So why I love the fact that you have dedicate your life to now educating people on this process, along with the other services that your company helps people with, because it's not just wheels, it's so much more. So
Yeah.
absolutely, you all, please make sure that you connect with Miss Wanda Pearson at WD Pearson Associate LLC. Check out her website, wdpearsonassociate.com, and we will be right back.
Yes, thank you. Woo!
So, if you're getting value out of this conversation, and I want you to put a 1 down in the comments. One thing about it is we have to be very, very mindful of what we do in our life and with our time that we have here. Time is so precious. I love the fact that that Wanda is being about the business of letting people know. She does a lot in education. She does a lot of networking, but it's all about us. It's all about making sure that we get the resources and the tools that we need to make a better difference in life, or I should say, to make a bigger impact, to make a rich impact. And we have to be feeling good about that. So you all continue to shine in whatever your endeavors are. Do them to the utmost, because they're needed. You are the essential worker. You remember that during COVID? Oh, who's the essential worker? Guess what? We all are. So let me bring my next guest up here that will be dropping some great information. Now, I met her at a networking event some years back. I don't know how many years. We're going to get this story straight sooner or later. But she had an interesting product that I loved. It was a body scrub. And she had sent us an email and she was saying, hey, remember me? But I remember that product, and I remember what was missing on that product. It was contact information. So I want to encourage all of our product makers out here, after you get finished with the design and the label and all this other kind of stuff. Now, this is a tip. This is a marketing tip. I don't know. I just got to give it up. Y'all know I got to give it up. When it comes up, I got to give it up. As you sell products, now, some of you may know, may not know, I love to pour into entrepreneurs. I love to share my knowledge and my gift of knowing what I know and knowing what I don't know. One thing I do know about any products, anytime you get an opportunity to talk to people, always tell them who you are and how to get in contact with you. And if you sell any product, have a way to get back with you. But more importantly, pick up the people that you sell to and record and keep their information and follow up with them. So whether it's a month, if you're doing follow up on every 30 days, take the time to develop a follow-up system. When I was in real estate, and Keller Williams being one of the top real estate companies, because he had a model, and you could take that business model and plug it into any business. And one thing that business model was definitely about was follow up. You cannot leave it to your clients to get back in touch with you or your customers to get back in touch with you. You have to be aggressive. Ladies, gentlemen, you have to be aggressive. You have to know that you got the good stuff and everybody needs it. So without further ado, let me bring on Miss Keywanda.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
Hi, beautiful.
I know that label thing really.
That's okay. Because you know what? I love it. I love it because, let me tell you why I love it. Because this is showing how we grow together.
Yeah.
This is showing how I don't be out in these streets just trying to spend my money on people. I spend a lot of money in the streets.
Right.
But I do it because I really love to support the entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Walmart stays open 24 hours, well, it used to. Now I don't. But you got the internet. It stay open 24 hours. So when people look for you, they have to be able to find you. And before they come looking, people are impulsive. They buy things on impulse. Because you think when I met you, I knew that I needed a body scrub. No, I bought it because of you, and I used it, and it was beautiful. And then I didn't have it anymore. So anyway, I'm gonna be getting my body scrub back. I know that.
Yeah, we're much better now. That was actually, everybody, my very first show. I got those labels super late, and I was not going to show up. And I'm so glad you still purchased anyway. But you got me now.
But I love that. I love that about you, because this just shows that we have to get started in our business venture.
We do.
And we have to work out the kinks as we go, because we don't know what we don't know. Absolutely. And things are always changing. And when it's time to change, you just got to be ready to change. That's just the beautiful part about it.
Absolutely right.
You're right. So Queen, I'm gonna move out the way so you can introduce yourself to the people. And then when we come back, we're gonna chop up a few of these questions, okay?
Everybody. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Keywanda Jackson, and I am the owner and creator of Kava Skincare. So a little history about myself. I am a cosmetologist for 22 years. I have been a salon owner for about 16 years. And basically, I love mixing anything, from my perfume to my makeup. Nothing I put on is one thing. I probably should have been a chemist, because I really, really, really enjoy mixing. So my skincare line came about because a woman walked into the salon and she had some scrubs. And I happened to buy her coffee scrub, and it was amazing. But I said, I feel like I can put a little spin on it and do something different with it. So, I kind of broke down the ingredients like I do to just figure out the ratio of everything and who's doing what and the relationship to each product to each other. And then I added my own spin on it. I also kind of talk to people and see what they're using now, because it's always something current. Everybody's now using coffee. Everybody's now using cream wash. I always try to ask people, what are you using? How are you using it? And why are you using it? Because a lot of times we're just using stuff just because, someone said use it. I started out with 4 products. I am now up to 9 products. I have 3 scrubs. I have a toner, a face wash, a nighttime oil, a daytime moisturizer, and I have a pumpkin scrub. So I am very excited about that. I am on Amazon right now, which has been a struggle. Amazon's a little funny if you have products. That's a test right there. But other than that, I just really, really love what I do. I get excited about mixing each and every time I have to mix. Currently, I've moved into another realm of mixing. So every year, I also make a holiday drink for my family. And a friend of mine asked me to make a flavor. And so I took the traditional eggnog and I call it Begnog because it's just better than eggnog. And I'm not lying. I have 6 different flavors of eggnog. I have peach, I have butterscotch, I have banana, I have coffee, I have traditional, and I have my bestseller ginger spice. So that's another thing that I'm mixing. It has done really, really well. And I want people to know that it's not just for the holiday season. So you can basically come to me for all your mixing needs. I'll take care of your skin. I'll take care of your skin, get you to the party, and then I'll serve your drink at the same time. And that's who I am.
I love that. Pour me up some of everything. Just pour me up some of everything. Queen, do you have subscriptions available?
Somewhat?
Subscriptions
on my webpage. I do.
Okay, great.
Skincare, absolutely.
Great. So you all make sure you reach out to her, and she's gonna bring me over your website in the private chat, just so I can add that to your information. But you said something very interesting, and that is that you should have been a chemist. And I think you really are a chemist. You're just not titled as a chemist, but
correct.
You're in that field that definitely, even being in the field of cosmetology, you have to understand how chemicals work together. I caught one of your videos and you were talking about, like using the neutralizing shampoo. and why that's important, and how you use the tone on your face, and that's like neutralizing for the face. See, I'm a quick study. I'm a quick study. And I was like, wow, like that's the beautiful part about being in this space of social media, and because you can do so much more educating, because that information stays out there, and then you can really, when people come to our city, to the beautiful ATL, then they can come over and spend some quality time with you, get in the lab and taste all of these wonderful bed nog drinks.
Yes.
So Queen, I want to ask you a question, not the same question that I asked our other guests, but what advice would you give someone on becoming a business owner?
The best advice I can give is don't be scared. Don't look back. Keep moving forward. You're going to feel a pit in your stomach almost every day, but just walk right around it to get to your goal. Because I've seen a lot of people start businesses, and it's that pit that makes people nervous, and it makes them back up and retreat to their old life. You're never going to get past that if you don't just keep walking. If you want to become a business owner, keep studying and keep walking. Always walk.
That is beautiful, Queen. I love that. I love that. That is so good, because a lot of times we don't start because we are afraid to get started, and that pit in our stomach really feel like we cannot get past it.
You can't. Yeah, it's devastating sometimes. Like, oh God. But you got to keep walking. Hold your stomach and walk.
Hold your stomach and walk. Now, who has been your biggest inspiration when it comes to business?
Wow. I can't choose one. Okay. I have a plethora of entrepreneurs around me, like women like yourself who, continue to move, and the ladies on the panel as well, they continue to move. I try to take a little bit from everybody I run across, and I'm hoping I'm dropping something off to them as well.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't even really matter what the industry is, because each one has its ups and downs and pitfalls. But in between those, you can get some really good nuggets of advice and some really good inspiration.
Good. That's so good. What led you to this beauty industry? What was that? What motivated you?
When all my Barbies was rocking a bob 2 days after they got home.
What happened? Say that again.
When all my Barbie dolls was rocking a bob 2 days after they got home, and I was in trouble for cutting their hair, I kind of knew something was going to happen in this industry for me.
They was rocking a bob.
Everybody had a bob. She's Barbie, the whole crew. Everybody was rocking a bob, to the left and to the right.
Where did they have asymmetric?
Asymmetrical. Yes, it was. It was very stylish.
You was doing them all. That is good. See, I bet y'all didn't know about that. How many people knew about them dolls being styled on? Yes, I love that. It's interesting how in life we always can identify with who we were as a child to who we become as an adult. Right. There's something in our spirit that turned us on while we were growing up, and then we had to make the decision to follow it or to follow another path.
Right.
So what has been some of your biggest lessons that you've learned in following this path?
There's going to be a lot of people who come to you to help you, or to maybe not help you. The biggest lesson that I've learned is I have to just sit in it and have discernment when I choose people in my environment, because everybody's not coming for the right reason. And like you said, everyone's like, oh, you're doing so well. I got an office now. I got inventory. I got all this stuff. And, it's still really work, but it looks certain ways to certain people. you know, and the biggest thing is to not let anybody in who shouldn't be in, because I have made that mistake before, you know. That cost, you know, it really does cost.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Wow. That's something I want y'all to just sit in that information that she just gave us, because I can relate in so many ways to what you just said. One thing I talk about a lot is discernment, and women, we have an edge on discernment if we tap into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God gifted us for nurturing, for using our the discernment that we
Yeah, it's
have, you know, like
alive. You
that
feel it.
that is like something that if we tapped into it, we would save ourselves so much heartache, so much money, you
Money.
know, so much
Mhm.
time.
Yep.
But then we be knowing stuff and be doing just the opposite of what we know to do. Or is this just me?
It's not an issue because you're like, that can't be true, or you know, it's gonna work out. No, sis, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
It's
So
not.
that instinct that you have, you're probably right.
Right.
I mean, every time that I reflect back on my life, I'll be like, you knew this, you knew about this 2.5 years ago, and you just kept on doing
Kept
it.
walking towards the fire. Just kept going. I've
But
done it.
yeah, but with that said, there is always a lesson in learning.
Absolutely.
So sometimes we have to bump our heads, scar our knees up to get the lesson that we need. And then how we take that lesson and we continue to, push forward, do some things that are very, very productive to our very existence.
Right.
Now, do you also mentor in this space of being a salon owner and owning your
So I do.
company?
I help. I do a class for people who are apprentice, the state board class for apprentice, and I
Okay,
also allow people to apprentice under my license.
awesome.
And yeah, so and I have some girls that I've met years ago because I used to go around to the cosmetology schools, because cosmetology school shows you how to get a license. It doesn't teach you how to make money. And so I was
Mhm.
going around to the schools talking to the girls. So every now and again, someone will call and go, "Hey, I need help. I need to be in a different salon or something like that." So yeah, I'm still tapped into that area as well.
That's beautiful, Queen, that you just said that. That was a nugget from me. That was a drop the gem, that schooling can only take you so far. And you said something very, very powerful. That is money. We don't like to talk about money. I don't know why. A lot of us don't. I think it's just some things that we need to work on. But anytime you go into any field, at the end of the day, it's
Just
about
got the money.
profit. It's
Yeah,
about making money. So the fact that you have taken these individuals under your wings, or that you go into that space, not just on a practical capacity, but also in a realistic, money motivated capacity. So I'm sure you have shared lots of tips, and we're going to get into them. We're going to take a short break, and when I come back, we're going to hear more from Miss Keywanda and our other guest, Miss Wanda Pearson. But I also have a very special guest that's going to be coming up to you right after we take this short break. So, Queen, continue to be powerful, and
you.
don't go anywhere. They're going to get
Oh
more
no,
of
I'm
you.
right here.
But
I'm right here.
but you all know to connect with her on our network here, and just follow her and get all them yummy products, because she got a lot of yummy products for y'all.
Thank
You know what? I am having a great time. If you're having a great time, say great time. Listen, one thing about life is life will teach you what you don't know, and it will learn you some things. And being in this space, I have learned so much about people and their true mission to serve other people. One valuable lesson that I keep learning is that we operate out of our gifts, and our gifts is who make us who we are. So some of you may or may not know that I'm also a poet and I am a spoken word artist. I am a recorded spoken word artist. We have an event coming up that I would like to share with you. And this event is taking place on World Poetry Day, which is March the 21st. It's going to be right here in Atlanta at my girlfriend's place at 5052 Reed Road in Stone Mountain. If you would like to be a part of our show, please go to www.spitfreely.com and get your ticket. Now, what you don't know is that it's also a networking event. It's also an opportunity for you to get more exposure because it is sponsored by the I Am Enough talk show. And any of you that have rocked with me know that I'm about a good party and a good time, and I like to celebrate you. So not only will you be coming out to have a great time in either listening to some poetry or spitting some poetry, but you'll also have a beautiful opportunity to network. So if you are a business owner or entrepreneur or an artist in any area, just come out and be a part of the show with us, and you'll also get your opportunity to share with our guests and with our viewers on who you are and what you do, why you do. All right? Say all right. Oh, I cracked myself up. I'm bringing y'all my next guest. I had met her a couple weeks ago, and we were both in a social media challenge. Yes, shout out to Spectacular Smith. When I tell you, whew, we gonna talk about that. Me and her, we done been through it, okay? But she is a beautiful individual, and it's funny how you go. I always go to places. I don't care whether it's virtual, online, or offline. I go to places to meet people. I listen for stories, and I go right to people, right in their inboxes, right in their outboxes, and I be like, listen. I like what you talking about. Can you come talk to this stuff about, with my folks? My folks need to hear this stuff. So, Jakarta, she is the epitome of class, style, grace. Her story is so impactful. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring Miss Rodgers up here so she can tell you all about her. Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Queen.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You look amazing.
Thank you. You too.
And like I was telling the people, when I first heard you speak, I just fell in love with your passion.
Thank you. Thank you.
You come to us as the master braider,
Mm-hmm.
but you also have another business, and we're going to get into all of that.
Yeah.
But you shared in that space, you shared about why you got into this industry, or why you became a braider and now a master braider and now a master trainer and teaching, and just so much. You're just going from one level to the next level to the next level to the next level.
Yes.
So I love that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move myself out of the way so you can chop it up with our people a little bit, and then I'll come back and ask you a few questions, and we're gonna continue this conversation, guys. Let me just, as a disclaimer, these three powerful women, you're just getting a sample of them. They are changing the world, changing lives. You all are so powerful beyond people's understanding that I know that this show is not enough for you. So I really see in my mind more shows, more information to help people learn how to be successful in whatever their endeavors are. So I'm gonna move myself out of the way, and you tell them who you are and what you do.
Yeah, I sure will. Thank you again for having me. So this show is perfect actually to get out of there. But yeah, as Wanda had mentioned, I had met her a few weeks ago in in a social media income challenge hosted by Spectacular Smith, the artist of Pretty Ricky. And I basically just wanted to get into this marketing event just because I need to know how to reach the people. So I've already mastered what it is that I do, but now I need help reaching people. So I basically had a chance to meet Miss Wanda at the event. It was a great time. And yeah, she hopped in my inbox. So hopefully I don't make you all cry. Hopefully I don't cry. Don't hold it against me, but I'll tell you all just a little bit about myself. And then any questions or anything, I'm happy to answer those for you as well. But my name is Jakarta Rodgers. I go by Kari. I've always been known by Kari just because people ask me, what does the name Jakarta mean? And I still don't have a meaning for it yet. I'm my mom's fourth daughter, and she just was tired of having kids by the time she got to me. So that's basically how I got the name Jakarta. So I just basically stick to Kari. It's just a lot easier just to explain my name. So a little bit about me though is I'm actually a mother of three. I have two daughters, and I actually have a 2-year-old son. I'm currently engaged to their father. We've been together for 10 years, and we actually own a trucking business together. So I don't talk about the trucking business much just because I always inquire with God about everything before I do anything. And he just doesn't have me in the field of consultation. However, I will reach out to people. If someone reach out to me, I will give them the information on how to get a commercial trucking company started to where you can be an owner operator. So hopefully in the future, I will be able to put consulting under my belt, if that makes sense, for the trucking industry. But actually, what I do and who I am is I am a master braider to my core. So I actually started braiding at the age of 11 years old. And I actually was a foster child. So that's what got me into braiding, is because I needed someone to care for me, or I just needed to look good, if that makes sense. And I had someone who was at the church who actually did my hair one time. And so she turned me around to the mirror, and I promise you it was curtains after that. Okay. Like I was like, I can do this. I can probably figure this out. So I actually started braiding at the age of 11. Fast forward, I actually had went into corporate America and was just basically running from my passion, running from my calling. Just because, like as a traditional braider, we used to stand up for hours, getting paid $50, just different things like that. And I just was not into that as a teenager. I needed the Jordans to buy, and that was just too many heads to touch at one time to just be able to get a pair of Jordans. So I slowly just got out of braiding and went into the corporate industry. But as I noticed how the politics worked, it just wasn't for me. I'm a person of integrity. I'm a person of I just have to do what I need to do, right? I'm just kind of really strong headed, if you can say. So not that I don't like to follow rules. It's just I just can't follow some rules, if that makes sense, or I can't follow the politics. So here in 2020, I had actually decided to take braiding on as decided to start taking clients, if that makes sense. So I was doing family and friends here still, just because it's always been a passion. So because it was a passion, I never stopped braiding. However, I just wasn't doing it for money. It was just more of fun. But in 2020, I then actually started taking actual clients. So I went live with clients, and how I got out of there is I was showing off how I can grip. I was doing everybody with a pixie cut hair. I'm like, you know what? If you 2 weeks off of a haircut, come to me and I promise you I will put some braids in your hair, right? So I didn't necessarily know that my skills were that great, but I knew that I can actually set myself apart from other people. Fast forward, I have daughters, and so they were my walking mannequins all the time. The mother started reaching out to me, asking me who did my daughter's hair. So I was like, it's me, I do the daughter's hair. So now I'm actually known to be a child braider. So that kind of just brought me back to my childhood about how I wasn't really maintained the greatest. So that was what got me into actually braiding. And that's basically my niche, is to make sure that little girls feel great about themselves. So as time go on now, as I mentioned, I was a braider before. And why I call myself a master braider is because I actually took a braid course. Once I took the braid course, that's what then took my skills to the next level. Because I noticed a lot of women like yourselves and like me, we're self-taught, because as a Black woman, they just assume that we should know how to braid. And that's not always the case. Even if we know how to braid, what happens is we are self-taught. So there's some steps that we are missing. So as a master braider, I had actually launched K's Braiding and Beauty Bar, which is my braiding business. I primarily braid here. However, we do offer other styles, but it's more about the health of the hair. We do everything about the healthiness of the hair. So we've launched some bundles. So we offer bundles for women that maybe feel insecure about braids, right? Or we also offer a hair growth oil. So right now the oil is actually in its testing stage, but its primary effect is to get the fungus off of the scalp. Because if people don't know, dandruff can also sometimes be a form of fungus, not just necessarily dry, but it can be fungus. So we're focusing on the health of the scalp and the health of the hair, not just nice hairstyles as braids. So I just took it one step further, and I want to give everything that I know, just because it's been trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. So I just want to give all the information that I know to all of the local braiders, people who actually do their hair themselves, or mothers looking to do their children's hair. Instead of having to pay so much money, I just want to be able to teach the task on how to actually get a quality style for low cost. So now we're offering Kay's Braiding and Beauty Bar has launched this Master Braiding Academy, to where you will get me as a braid mentor, and I'll actually teach you how to braid. So that's just a little bit about me and what I do, and how we're actually affecting and helping our community.
Awesome, Queen. Can y'all give it up for the Queen? Give it up for the Queen. Yes. Woo! I was taking all kind of crazy notes.
I talk a lot. Give me talking. I talk.
No, that's, you know what, you did great. I just love it, and I know that this kind of like gives people a peekaboo, because what had got me was your story about being in the foster programs and then not feeling that beauty. So now you're saying, and we had a conversation a week or so ago, and you were just talking about, sharing with me about the young girls and how they're walking around and not feeling loved and not feeling special. So to be known as the child braider, or the little girl braider, or the little young queen braider, is just a beautiful experience and a beautiful opportunity to spread so much joy in people's lives and turn people around. Because I know you said when you saw your hair, you was like,
listen, it was 8 up. Okay, like, let me tell you, my hair was 8 up. So I'll probably just do this right now, but this is my hair now from the hair growth oil, and just being able to take care of it, just learning things. And so it actually, got a little thickness to it. It got a little length to it. I'm excited about that. But what I'm most excited about is every time a little girl get out of this chair, listen, they are the stuff. Okay, like they really, really get into it and having that experience. So I just really, it just warms my heart up just to see like little girls just actually feeling beautiful, just seeing their confidence radiate through the mirror, whatever it is. And we even have like a little girl chat, so that they understand that they are human too. They might not be adults, but I still give them a chance to express themselves, talk about whatever they want to talk about, but at the end of it, look great. Just like that traditional beauty salon.
Yeah. What, we're in the month of Women's History Month. Is there any particular woman that was the biggest influence in your life?
If I can say there's a big influence in my life, it's so funny because I still have not actually met her in person as of yet. I've actually met her over Facebook, but her name is Tasha Thomas. And what about Tasha Thomas, what makes me be like, you know what, she helped me? Because what happens is, before I actually had the vision of a beauty salon or a braid studio or whatever it was, I was basically just around treating my talent as a like, it wasn't a vision, it wasn't a business, it was just a talent. You get what I'm saying? And I was just offering it to people. But she actually took me under her wing, and just kind of let me know that, like, look, I am worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, God wants to bless me. You know what I'm saying? There are things, it's just more than just braiding, if that makes sense. Because at first for me, it was just, oh, I'm just about to get this quick money real quick. I'm just about to braid the hair. I'm about to snap. I'm about to put a picture on Facebook and then go about my life. But when I noticed that I can actually take this thing to the next level and actually have a full grown business out of it, a growing business out of it, and not just, not just actually putting my hands to work, but being able to impact the community. I can say that maybe she was the number one person that kind of helped me understand that, look, this is a gift, this is God given, and you need to operate in it. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. And this is why women are winning now. And what does now mean, Queen?
Now, right now, today, right
now. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
no opportunity wasted. We
No
are not
opportunity
playing
wasted.
with it.
Absolutely.
So I just love that. Now, you having daughters, and I love the fact that you're teaching them how to braid. So
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
be, so this franchise will be coming up and expanding and growing. What have some of the challenges been though in you having to juggle the family, the other business, the trucking business, and your business as you are a salon owner?
Yeah, for sure. So just a little bit about my day. My day is I get started, I get my kids up, take them to school. I get on the truck, I do manual labor on the truck, and then I could be on the truck from anywhere from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I
Hold on,
have a
Queen.
hair.
Wait, Queen.
Yeah.
So you are a mechanic?
So no, I'm not a mechanic, but I
Okay.
move cabinets. So I
Okay.
actually physically move cabinets that is getting
Okay.
installed in homes. So no, so I don't actually go under the truck, but I am basically moving the freight on and off of the truck. And those cabinets are heavy, okay? But I'll probably get done around like 6 p.m. And then I have an appointment right at my door at 6:30. They give me enough time to be able to get home and shower, literally, before I start another appointment. And then all night, I'm probably braiding it on until the next day. So when it comes to family time, when it comes to, running the businesses and things like that, I would probably say the most important thing would be time management. Time management, just making sure that you can still be there for everyone, but not also run yourself down. So my family understands that right now we're building a legacy. So they make a lot of sacrifices in order for us to be able to be here
Can you
today.
all hear me? Of course, this is the internet.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Uh-oh, can you hear me?
If y'all can hear me,
Okay.
say leave me a comment if y'all can hear me. So you can hear me? Okay, let's see. We could get our queen back up here. Okay. Don't you just love the internet? It's good when it's good until it's not good. Whew, man. This is such a okay. I'm back. I said this is the joy about internet. It does its own thing whenever it wants. So is everybody back in the room? I kicked off away, came back. You were taking us through your day and saying how when you shower you come and you were right at that point and then everything just went away.
Oh no, okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, I was just mentioning that I can get off the truck about 6 p.m. and then about
Can you hear me?
6:30 p.m. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're back. I think we're good. Thumbs up in the
Okay.
green room if you can hear us. Can you hear me? Okay, so
Yes, I can hear
on
you.
my end, I'm hearing everything. Okay, so you were saying like you when you come home and then you go shower and you have your first client, and then how are you
Yeah.
balancing that
It's just
transition?
a matter of, as I was mentioning to you, it's just a matter of time management and also teamwork. So my family understands that right now we're in the process of leaving a legacy. So my kids sacrifice, my husband sacrificed, and I also sacrifice. So maybe we'll get some dinner. Maybe I'll take out something in the meantime. Just different things in that nature. So that's probably the hardest thing, is just making sure that my life can still go on even with
Mhm.
business. So the first thing that I've learned, or what I've learned along the way, is that family is first, business is second. Family is first, business is second. And so as long as we have a good time when we are together, that's what's important to us. So yes.
That's good. That's good stuff, Queen. I have enjoyed. I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm going to bring on our other esteemed guest, so we can just sit back and chop up a little bit more here on the show. For all of our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the I Am Enough talk show, where your dreams matter. And if you are ever interested in being a guest on our show, please send an email to IamEnoughTalkShow@gmail.com, so we can get you get you in the place to be. Yeah. So let's, our ladies, come on back in the room.
We're back.
Ladies, come on back in the room. Y'all are just too fabulous. I just want y'all all to know how fabulous y'all have been this evening. And I'm looking forward to continuing the relationship, to continuing growing. We are, and I'm just going to tell you all, because nobody else knows about this outside of the team, but we're about to start another season up of Women in Business. So if we call it Women in Biz, not business, because that sounds too, too uptight. We're Women in Biz. And
Yes.
for anybody that's curious or wants more information or wants to partner with us in this endeavor, it is going to be a 3-month journey. And what it looks like is we come before people. It's about 5 women that are selected. We come before people in a series of those 3 months to just share with them what's happening in our business, what's happening in our life. We're giving them tips. We're giving specials. We're just taking them through that journey of getting to know us more. So for you all on the panel today, and for those of you listening and watching, if this sounds like something that you would like to participate in for your business, then clearly all you got to do is what? Send an email to IamEnoughTalkShow@gmail.com. Now, ladies, it is Women's History Month, right?
Right.
So,
Yes.
are you all doing anything special for this month? Are you celebrating it in any type of way?
I wasn't, but I
Yes.
will
No.
now. I wasn't, but I will now, because it's important. We have a footprint, and it needs to be celebrated. And it never dawned on me to celebrate it, but I will now.
Yes, yes.
There
I
we
am
go.
too. I'm
Yes.
actually doing a webinar with another young lady
Absolutely. And there's a
uh,
lot of things
that's in
going
business.
on around in the city, in Atlanta, that
Hmm.
that you can. Okay. Okay, awesome. So anything that you all ever have going on, you can send us that information to the I Am Enough Talk Show. We'll be happy to post it, or go to our Facebook page and and drop it on there. You can inbox it, and the team will pick it up and move it forward, because we really want to showcase entrepreneurs, business owners, authors in that space in the summertime. And this is for my authors. In the summertime, do a book fair. This will be, I think, our 3rd annual book fair we have coming up. We have some streaming problems. Work from y'all. This comes up every year, and what we do is that's a platform where authors come on there and they really dive deep into their book, talking about their book, just to give you some extra exposure in that area of being an author. I think last year we had over 50 authors. The year before that it was 60. I tried to scale back a little bit, but but it didn't work well. But it's so interesting because anytime you can come to a complete finish of a project, there's more work to be done. And most people think, hey, I just got my book and that's it. No, now you got to promote it. Now you got to market it. Now you got to turn it into something else. You know, I work with movie producers. They be getting books, snatching them up, turning them into movies. They be doing all kind of stuff. So, you know, this is what we have to do in our business. So I want to ask you ladies a question. What is your next move? Starting with you, Kari.
My next move is I'm actually writing a book right now too about some ways to hair growth. So it will be up for sale soon. We're just kind of still putting the final touches on things, but again, it will be some tips on tips to hair growth.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay. Next. Anybody want to share what their next move is?
Sure, I'll go. My next move is I am working on my actual liquor license so I can become a wholesale retailer. It's a little bit different because I actually have a alcohol versus a beer and a wine. So okay. It's been a trip, but hopefully I can get it done in the next 6 months.
Wow. Look at here. See, y'all don't know what these ladies be up to because they win and win now. Okay. Awesome. Miss Pearson, what you got going on over there, Queen?
Well, I am actually finishing my book, as well as getting my podcast off the ground. So in May, I should be, getting it out there with my guests and starting a podcast of my own, since I've been on a lot of podcasts. So, hey, this is a long way, Wanda, from you being on your show, Women in Biz, and now I'm trying to get in biz like you. I'm trying to be the motivational
hey,
queen.
Come on, the water's fine. The water's fine. It's fine, and sometimes if it get a little chilly, just get out and dry off and jump back in because you got to come back in. Well, that's beautiful. So, as far as your podcast, do you have a name for it yet?
I am actually thinking of a name, and in fact, I've been asking my ladies here. Ready, Set, Go is something like that as far as, and then also I first thought of living your best life, but I think Oprah has that. Actually, I was trying to be like a little mini Oprah, right?
There we go.
Hey, you're gonna emulate somebody, emulate the best.
Right.
That's right. But Ready, Set, Go is something that I'm thinking of. So I'm still milling around the different things that I want to do, but it's just something that I want people to come into and listen to what we got to talk about.
Awesome. I love it so much. So you all, we're about to head into summer. Do you have any summer activities that you really like, something you're doing new or something that's nostalgic to you that you love to do in the summer?
Yeah, I love to travel. Well, I'm traveling.
You traveling?
I am traveling. Yep. I actually got a lot of things, and I'm hoping I'm putting it in the universe that we win this trip to Mexico with Legal Shield. We won Hawaii last year, so this year we're planning on hopefully winning that trip. So that's going to be my summer.
What does it take to make you win? Because we want you to win. We want you.
Well, we actually stopped in February, but I've been 55 straight months being Performance Club Pro qualified. So it's actually being that Performance Club Pro. So now it's up to the company to say, okay, we're in. Like we've made it for Hawaii. But thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm still winning. Listen, I'm still trying to get people protected with Legal Shield. I can always use that. So that and helping their businesses.
Anybody looking for another stream of income or another opportunity to be a part of a great team, check out the queen. Check out Wanda. She'll get you
Yes,
going.
please. We are
So,
looking for definitely.
absolutely. So who's next? Who's going to share with me what's happening for the summer?
I haven't pinpointed summer yet. Hopefully, I will have my Bednog mini food truck so that I can do the events and things like that. Because you can also cook with Bednog and make shakes and do stuff. So I'm working on that. So that would be very nostalgic if I can make that happen.
Wow.
Woo, 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 woo. And we all need some big nog. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna come visit you. Hey,
Absolutely.
Wanda.
Yes.
Hey, Wanda.
Yes.
That's another Wanda. That's
It
another Wanda.
is.
Wanda.
It is.
Wanda,
Wanda. Right. It's all the same.
Nice. I know, right?
So you know what? Every time Miss Jackson says something, she drops another bomb on us. Are y'all picking that up as she put it down?
I'm picking it
Oh,
up.
yeah, look, I'm hearing her.
Like, she'll say like,
Yes.
yeah, and I'm going to get my liquor distributing license.
Uh-huh.
We like, where did that come from? And then she'll
And
say,
the food truck. Remember she had the food truck.
Right. There we go. Listen, it all ties into
It
one.
does. It's one whole
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
and you
It's
know
a
what?
movement.
And it's
Right.
all the part of women winning when.
Now.
Now.
That's right. Okay, come on now. Come on, Miss Rodgers. Tell us what you got going on for the summer.
Well, listen, y'all already know the summer is braid season. So I'm taking me a cruise at the beginning of the summer, and I am getting to work the rest of the summer because I am not missing out. So make sure y'all have some braids for the braid season, okay?
So tell me this, where are you going on your cruise?
You know what? My church is actually going on a cruise, and this is my very first time. So I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going. So I think they're going to Cozumel, Mexico, and they're making a few other stops. But this is my very first cruise. My kids are little, so I am trying to breathe without them. So I don't care where it's going, but I'm gonna be on board. Okay,
Right. You're gonna enjoy it.
You
Yes,
say you
you
don't
are.
care
Yes,
where
you
it's
are.
going, as long as you're going without the kids.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You hear me?
That's good enough. That's good enough. Well, so I'm showing y'all my favorite quote. So the other day, I was privileged to be a part of NCNW, and that stands for National Council of Negro Women. And we had this big celebration yesterday, and it was founded by Mary McLeod Bethune, and that's why I posted her quote, one of her quotes. I never knew the power and the impact that this lady had in our country until I joined this organization. And I want to extend this organization to you three on the panel because I know that you will be a good fit for this organization and what it represents. First and foremost, it represents the empowerment of women, but it also represents the empowerment of children. And we cannot have a life that's not filled and fulfilled with how we're teaching our babies to become.
Right.
And so I love this quote of, without faith, nothing is possible. With it, nothing is impossible. That's
so good.
That touches me because that represents who you all are. Your faith has led you to believe that nothing is impossible. How else could could you three amazing women be doing all the things that you're doing? Look at Miss Pearson. She reinvented herself after decades in corporate America. Now she walks totally on faith, adventurous, doing all kind of amazing things. Miss Jackson is just in the lab developing hair in programs and now hair oil. This is just this is great. Not hair oil, but the skin products And we got Miss Rodgers developing the hair oil and making our youth feel better and good about themselves. And I tell you, so that when I sat back today and I said, I had to find the perfect quote for my ladies. Yep. And this was that quote that really, really spoke to my soul for you all, because no matter how hard it gets, we know we just got to keep going. We don't get a pass. We don't get the opportunity to take off of our dreams, because our dreams help other people. Look how the three of you are winning right now and how impactful and powerful it is. And I just know that this message is going to touch and serve so many people. So I want you all to share, and we're bringing our show to a close here. Thank you all for participating. Thank all our viewers for watching now. Thank all our viewers for watching later when you come by and you watch it. But ladies, I want you to leave our viewers with your last thoughts about just anything that you want to share with them, any type of motivational or inspirational words.
Don't stop. A lot of people, one of my favorites, a lot of people quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Quit. Do not quit. Because I may quit every morning, but I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Take a break. There you go.
Oh, that's powerful.
I'm like, okay, let me sit down and go to work. Okay.
That
5 minutes before the miracle happens. Don't do it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Don't
and
do
you
it.
can
Miss Pearson, you want to give us something?
Yeah, you can do all things in Christ, but you can also have the audacity to shine. And no matter what you do, you can do it.
Good.
I love it. So y'all be shining, 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 shining. Okay. Okay, Miss Rodgers, take us home.
And so what I would say is just believe that you can do it. Believe that it's enough. So God says that he can do above, exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. So the first step is actually believing that you can do it and asking God for his help. And I promise you'll get there.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Well, ladies,
Amen.
It has, thank you so much. It has been my pleasure. And I hope that, that our platform have served you well, because that's what we're in the business of doing. And that is being a service to entrepreneurs and authors all around the world, coming together and making this place better because we were here. Yes. Leaving it better because we came by. So I just want to thank you all. I look forward to growing in our relationships together with you all, and in anything that I can do or our team can do to support you. We are only a phone call away, and all of you have our number. So with that being said,
thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yes. So guys, we have come to a close, and I just want to thank you all, especially you all, the viewers, because we are not at all making any type of impacts if you are not paying attention, and if you are not demanding that we bring you an excellent conversation. So that's what we strive to do here on the I Am Enough Talk Show. Being a part of our community and being a part of the way that life is developed and the way that life is expanded is only through relationships. So I encourage everybody to reach out, make some great relationships, get in some places that you haven't been before, compliment each other, stand up for each other, support one another. I was at an event last night, and one thing that I could say that it was excellence. It was excellence on top of excellence. And we have to strive to be excellent in everything we do, because I know that how we do anything is how we do everything. So I salute you. And as you continue to celebrate during this month, I want to leave you with, let's see, what do I want to leave you with? I want to leave you with MC Class, and he's going to tell you how you are enough. And I will see you next time, okay? Because I love you, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it.
With PTSD also, I'm ex-military. But I learned how to turn it into microphone techniques. So I'm going to freestyle, and then I'm going to tell y'all a little something. Because Wanda D told me to freestyle. Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Hard with the drums. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I come from the boogie down, south side of town. MCs like me, we come incredible. See, I've been spending so much time in my head. Grab the microphone. Did you hear what I just said? I got skills, rocking on the mic. I pay bills all the time. Rapping on the beat with the rhyme. I'm coming off the top of my mind. I do this all the time. This is how I unwind. I am enough.
I am enough.
Sing it. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Times right now totally rough. Every time I'm dealing with this stuff, I grab the microphone and I don't bluff. And when I hold the microphone, I'm like the bluff. Sit back and watch the crowd rock. I grab the microphone non-stop. Blast the microphone is, I got a bonus to grab this mic and do just what I like. Too much hesitation, I had to take a turn. Sit back, relax so I can unwind. Messing with my mind. Now I gotta come out here and show this one time that I could unwind. Say a little stuff that was on my mind. And this is how we do. Are y'all with me? I'm with you too. Say I am enough.
I am enough.
Say I am enough.
I am enough.
Come on, times are tough and you know it's rough. But say I am enough.
I am enough.
Say I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. I am enough. I'm from the Bronx, baby. Alright.
In the 8 seat.